Why leather goods? I mean, what was the idea behind it?
I was into boots and leather bags and high quality stuff from very young age.
I think when you started Beastcraft, you were maybe one of one.
This guy is the crazy scientist in the workshop.
We're not going to stop until we're making the best boots in the world.
Yeah, we're going to make the best boots in the world.
Yep. Welcome back to Heritage Talk by Craft and Glory. On episode 2 today, we're going to talk all about where we came from, how we got here, and where we're going. So, let's kick off. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, buddy. How are you?
I'm good.
Awesome.
So, established 2017.
Yes.
Right? Now, why leather goods? Why did you start this? I mean, what was the idea behind it?
It's a long story. So, basically, I'm from Himachal, the Himalayas, the foothill of Himalayas. It's a small town, and I'm born and brought up there. When we were young, we didn't had malls, we didn't had discos and everything, right? So the only thing that we used to do is go up the mountains, hike, take a guitar along with us, set up a bonfire, and do all sort of rugged activities.
Sure.
We'd bunk school, we'll go to riverside, we'll have fun in the nature.
Yep.
So all those rugged things, I really liked and enjoyed collecting high quality goods.
Okay.
So I was into boots and leather bags and high quality stuff from very young age.
Okay.
I was always attached to it. I'll keep them, I'll nourish them, I'll condition them. I'll do whatever I can to collect and keep them in a very nice shape.
Sure.
So that is how my love for the rugged things began, because I came from a background where we used to go out every day into the mountains, having fun, hiking, trekking a little bit and everything. So
do you still have any of that stuff from back then?
I unfortunately do not have much of the stuff, but yeah, a few hunting knives and sort of stuff.
Very cool.
Not a lot of stuff from back
Very
then.
cool. So you have the passion for going outdoors and for having high quality goods, right?
Yes.
But it's one thing to
It
be
was not a passion. It's an activity now. That was a lifestyle from where I am.
Okay, so it was a lifestyle. It was a lifestyle.
It's
right?
what you usually do. If it's a Sunday, it's a Saturday, and you go out with friends.
Sure.
You just go on a small hiking kind of a trip. You take some food along. You just enjoy the nature. That is how it was almost.
But it's one thing to be a consumer,
Yes.
right? It's a very different thing to become the producer of exactly what you consume. So what made you take that shift, that risk on establishing a company from scratch that's in this field, which is very niche, very specialized? What happened?
As I told you, I always loved rugged goods.
Sure.
But I didn't really knew the niche
Yep.
till the time I was studying abroad.
Sure.
And I was a student, a broke student. And then I came across a small auction of World War I and II goods. So there were a few families who were auctioning stuff of their grandfathers who fought in World War, right? You know UK and the history and the war and everything. So I came across a small auction which had beautiful wax canvas bags, Swiss military bag. I think they're called salt and pepper bags. I'm not sure. Beautiful boots, and they were holding up for last 80 years. And I was amazed, the patina. So that day I understood, okay, so everything originated from this point. These are the goods that were used by real people, real soldiers in real terrain. And I was really fascinated. Of course, I was broke as hell. I couldn't really afford even a toothpick buying from that auction. But then I kept on searching for similar goods.
Okay.
And then I realized that was my aha moment of, man, there is nothing in the market which you can go buy and doesn't have polyester in it.
Okay.
Polyester not as in thread or anything, but like everything, every tracking bag, every boot had nylon, synthetics.
In the lining and inside.
So they were not natural. They didn't age well. They would tear off in some time. And I couldn't really connect. I mean, I was looking at people who were coming up to Himachal and they were like wearing red bags made of polyester. They were totally against nature, right? Nature is green, brown, natural colors, everything beautiful. And then you can really see that person with a neon green color backpack, orange color boots in the nature, and I really didn't really enjoy that. So I tried collecting, I tried founding. I couldn't really go out and buy anything in the market. So I said, let's start something. Let's make something which is durable, high quality, handcrafted. and crafted using very similar materials to what they were using 100 years ago.
Okay.
And hence, I went back to my family business, but I couldn't really connect with anything. I was always trying to search eBay, Indian customs, import duties, very expensive. Again, not from a very wealthy background to be able to afford all those kind of things, pay import duties and everything. So I then had some contacts. I just started working on them, and then I came up with a brand name called Beastcraft.
Yep, I remember.
Yeah, right. You were one of the very first customers who had bought
Yeah.
from, and I would get frequent messages from you.
Yes.
It's 6, 7 years, 8 years back. I'm not sure.
Around that time,
Right,
yeah.
and I got a lot of love from customers like you. In the beginning, they were very happy to see a very high quality leather goods. Somebody focusing into rugged, raw, natural line of products. We eventually started with wax canvas backpacks, leather backpacks,
Okay.
small goods, belts, wallets, all rugged, all high quality. And eventually we evolved, and here we are now.
Very cool. Very cool. So what started out as a sort of desire to buy stuff and the inability to maybe do that, you just made up your mind, if I can't buy it, I'll make it myself.
I did not had any other option to buy locally. There was nothing almost 10 years ago that you can go off the market, buy, and they're rugged. They're crafted with the real materials. There's something fake. There is something which was very plasticky about anything that you can go out in the market and buy. So and then I started digging deeper. The construction styles, how they do it, what materials, what thicknesses and everything.
You know, it's interesting that you put it across like that, because as we discussed on episode 1, high-grade leathers are made locally in India, right? Which is why even when I was a customer and I was, I still am a customer, which is why I'm a lifetime customer, and I was searching in India for these types of products. You know, that always struck me as odd that all this stuff is available locally in India. It's being exported to God knows how many countries.
Yes.
And I think when you started Beastcraft, you were maybe one of one, the first one to start assembling the type of products that so many American brands, big and small, are doing very successfully. Even 50 or 60 years after when these products first came out. So it's surprising no one else has done it, but I'm also very grateful.
I remember your first message that you had sent me directly.
Yeah.
Many years ago.
Yeah.
What was it?
So I think I just bought 4 belts.
And you got a dope kit as well.
And a dope kit. Yeah. So there was a saddle tan, a heritage brown, a green
yes.
that was being made back then, and a raven black, and a wax canvas dop kit that, of course, I waxed again by myself. And it's still, by the way, perfectly waterproof after all these years. I take it with me on every trip. It's still perfectly
waterproof. But your
waterproof.
message was really encouraging.
Yeah. So basically, guys, what I told him was I was so impressed with the quality of the products. I shan't mention their name, but I said I'm so happy to see stuff like this being made in India, and I think we're gonna start kicking the unmentionable name brands backside with these products pretty soon. And honestly, we're getting closer every single day on so many fronts, and it's just fantastic to see.
Tell me one thing.
Yes.
You are part of the team now.
Yes.
A very integral part.
Yes.
So it's fantastic to have you as a team member now. After all these years that we've been on the calls, on weekends, for hours discussing leather goods and brands and everything. So it's lovely to have you on board, but tell me your side of the story.
Okay, so first off, let me start by saying it's awesome to be here. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Oh, it's fantastic to have you over. I don't have to be in the content.
So, how did it happen? So I've basically been in corporate roles my entire life, and it's been about 18 years in corporate roles. And we kept talking about doing something together at some point, working on something. And I think, touch wood, the timing was just right. We started sort of just getting involved in more active, more planned discussions. And then push come to shove, both of us pulled the trigger, and I've been on board officially from the financial year that started this April. So that's pretty much how I got here. But why I got here, I think it's because I'm a bit of a boot nut. I've got about over
I'll tell you why.
30
You have been
boots.
after my life to start crafting leather boots.
Yeah.
I mean, every Sunday, my family wasn't really happy because I was spending entire weekends talking to you
Yeah, the feeling's mutual,
about
trust me.
boots and how do you make them and outsoles and rubber qualities and
Yeah.
brands and construction method. It's crazy. I mean, I'm sure our families thought that these guys are crazy discussing about boots for 5 hours in
Well,
a straight.
Given
Fall.
the 30 plus that I've got in a closet at home, I'm pretty sure my family's convinced I'm crazy. It's not speculation anymore. It's fact. But you know, if you have a passion and love for something, I think you should chase it if you're lucky enough to have that opportunity. So, I mean, that's pretty much how I started, right? I started out with, let's call it a low tier Western brand, and then you go deep into all these forums and you kind of lurk there for weeks and months and you read thousands and thousands of threads, and then you start getting the courage to spend a little more and a little more and a little more, and then of course you have to work up the courage to justify these expenses to your wife, right? And that gets much harder to do than you'd imagine. And then you just keep on spending. It kind of becomes like a bit of an addiction. But through that entire process, what I did realize is there are some fantastic makers overseas. I'm not taking anything away from them. They've been doing it, some of them for over 100
amazing
years.
brands
They're
across the globe,
fantastic. But
It's not us against other
Not at
heritage
all.
brands.
Not at
it's
all.
all of us against those mass-produced, low-quality
exactly,
products. Yeah.
exactly. But what I did realize, especially since I came on board, is there is nothing magical that's happening overseas that cannot be done in India as well, if not in some cases even better.
A lot of respect to them, by the way.
Absolutely.
They've spent decades perfecting their art.
Yep.
They've worked hard in situations which are not favorable for manufacturing anymore.
Absolutely.
So great, kudos to them, all the respect to them. But yes, it's not that we do not have the resources locally available. It's just India is an export market.
It
it's
is.
just Indian manufacturers can produce anything.
Yep.
It's just these are the kind of goods that people demand.
From
from
India
them,
at
yeah,
the certain price point. But you know what really...
Let me tell something to
Yes.
my audience. This guy is the crazy scientist in the workshop. He's got 2 hides on his shoulder, 2 lasts in other hand, and he's chasing other workers. And workers look at him and like, okay, he's back again. so a crazy scientist in our office, workshop area, and he's here for 15 days trying out beautiful combinations, patterns, and everything. And I'm so happy that we're doing all of it.
But I think, thank you. So what I realized was there's nothing magical that's happening there that we can't
And
do.
by the way, no worker can say no to him because of look at his biceps.
Hey, yo, Jesus. But along with that, what I also think is that we've come a very long way very quickly, and we're only going to keep getting better and better and better at it, right? And I think brands like us will hopefully help change the perspective that people, not just in India but around the world, will end up having
We get a lot of love from many countries.
of
people
what
buying
Indian
stuff.
manufacturing
Yes.
can be. Right? I mean, I really hope. But I'll tell you one thing. This is the thought. Sorry, it slipped my mind. When I really got convinced was, I think it was last year, after there was a YouTube video about someone making something. And you called me up and said that blah, blah, blah. But now that someone has said something about something else, everyone stays unnamed. We're not gonna stop until we're making the best boots in the world. With that mission statement, that was when I made up my mind. I have to figure out a way to be part of this journey.
Yeah, we're gonna make the best boots in the world.
Yep. So that was it. That's what drives me. We got to
And
make
the
the best
products.
stuff in the world. Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. All right, guys, that's the end of episode 2. Thank you for tuning in. So that's where Craft and Glory comes from. That's how Rohit started the brand. And that's how I kind of slipped, stumbled, and fell into this opportunity, which I'm very grateful for.
That's our origin story.
Yep, pretty much. Stay tuned. On episode 3, we're going to talk a lot more about construction, welting, what it is, what it isn't, and why you should have it. Thank you again.
Thank you.